If I could just give you one first step toward true health and wellness, it would be to completely eliminate Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ronnie and I'm so glad you clicked on today's video. If you like this video, which you'll know by the end of it, please like this video by pressing the thumbs up or the heart button, subscribe to the channel, and then share this video with a friend who you think will benefit from the information presented today. One of my passions outside of studying the Bible is in the area of health and wellness. One major component of health and wellness is our food and nutrition, which, by the way, is a class I always skipped in high school. But anyway, the more that I educate myself, the more that I research what it means to be healthy, the more I discover that what I once believed is all a lie. The things that our food industry advertises to us as food and promotes to us as healthy eating is all false. On the contrary, these food recommendations are actually killing us instead of keeping us alive and well. Chronic illness has become so common that it is normal. It keeps us paying our co-pays, purchasing our prescriptions as we become sicker and they become richer. The primary diet in America is called the Standard American Diet, and by definition is characterized by ultra-processed foods, added sugar, fat, and sodium. The consumption of high-quality fats, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and high-quality protein is greatly lacking in the Standard American Diet. The effects of this type of eating and lifestyle are slow and subtle, but blatantly deceptive. The Standard American Diet can be paraphrased by the acronym SAD, SAD, and that represents exactly what it is. The quality of it and how it negatively affects us is sad. Everything from the food pyramid to the current diet trends being advertised to us daily are full of half-truths and opinions rather than data and research. Even America's recommendations for a healthy diet are based on profit return, sponsorships, and a food's ability to remain shelf stable even when it's being massively produced. One podcast I listened to recently called Wise Traditions said that accountants are the one who makes our diet recommendations, not physicians, dietitians, or nutritionists. That is why most of the products readily available to us are packaged, processed, and comprised of white flour, seed oils, and sugar, all of which have no nutritional value but will last on the shelf for months and even years without going bad. They have us hooked using words like convenient, quick, and easy, making it so that we spend as little time as possible in the kitchen preparing our own food. This American mindset has greatly contributed to the decline of the health status in America. Here are a few statistics from the Standard American Diet. 70% of the food we consume is processed. 10% of the disposable income in America is spent on fast food. That's why over 40% of the U.S. adults and 30% of children are obese. And obesity plays a major role in us acquiring diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and heart disease, which is still the leading cause of death in America. The Standard American Diet's goal is not focused on consuming real food that's medicinal, nourishing, and energizing. Instead, it's focused on counting calories, losing weight so that we fit into this image of being skinny and posing on Instagram. This has resulted in us eating all this fat-free, low-calorie, toxic chemicals that cause more damage than good. It's a distraction. They've convinced us that eating meat is unhealthy, when really it's the way that the animal is being treated, its living conditions, what that animal eats, and how it's processed that makes it bad for us, not the meat itself. Then they've added nitrates, which is a chemical comprised mostly of salt and is greatly associated with cancer. Nitrates are added to our food to make it look pink and attractive in the stores, and most importantly, more shelf stable. Then we have parabens, which is a synthetic preservative that helps prevent mold and bacterial growth. Both nitrates and parabens have proven to be closely related to cancer and infertility, but they still added to our foods in large amounts. They advertise sugar and food colorings and natural flavoring and low-fat products to us because they get more bang for their buck if we buy it. Then they demonize the whole foods like eggs, butter, salt, and bacon because those things don't make them as much money. They have deceived us into thinking their food recommendations like the food pyramid and my plate are for our health and wellness, when really the advertising and marketing is based on what's conveniently available to give them the best monetary gain. So, now that I've gotten that off my chest, today I want to share with you one ingredient in our foods that is homicidal in nature and which negative impact is multi-generational. But first, let me get the bacon out the oven. Crispy. Pepper bacon from the Amish market. No nitrates, no parabens. Delicious. Okay, back to what I was saying. We're talking about the one ingredient we should eliminate. Now, I was going to give 3 ingredients, but this one ingredient is so widespread and so difficult to avoid because it's literally in everything. So I figured we just needed to take some baby steps as we all attempt to make this change. And believe me when I say I'm right there with you and we're in this together. So today we're going to just start with one ingredient to begin to be mindful of and begin to eliminate as much as possible. And then in the next few months, we'll talk about some of the others. If I could just give you one first step toward true health and wellness, it would be to completely eliminate vegetable oils. Examples of these oils include canola oil, corn oil, sunflower, safflower, grass seed, rice bran, and soybean oil. Other oils that aren't as bad but should be consumed in moderation is peanut oil and hemp seed oil. These oils are found in almost all packaged foods. Turn that stuff around. Look at the back. Soybean oil, canola oil. These oils are found in almost all packaged foods, fried foods, and restaurant foods. These oils are usually the first or second ingredient in most sauces, condiments, salad dressings, and snacks. Just look on the back. Look on the back of the stuff. It's there. The term vegetable oil is a lie in itself because the oil doesn't come from vegetables. It comes from seeds. Now bear with me while I have a nerd moment. Seed oil was first discovered as a waste product, from cotton seeds. Way back in the 1800s, plantation owners had large amounts of cotton seeds that they didn't know what to do with. When a man named Francis Follet discovered how to mill the seeds and produce oil. This oil was removed from the cotton seeds and used as fuel for burning lamps and candles. They also used it to lubricate machinery. Once electricity was discovered by Benjamin Franklin and some other people, this seed oil once again became useless until the time of industrialization, where the use of machinery grew exponentially. Decades later, Procter & Gamble began to remove the oil from the cotton seeds using a stainless steel roller press. The result was this black and gunky thick oil, which was heated 5 times to very high temperatures, then deodorized and colorized, i.e. bleached. To make it look and taste good, because at first it didn't. They called it Crisco, which stands for crystallized cottonseed oil. And then they said, let's sell it to the people as food. Please trust me when I say, Just because you can eat something doesn't mean you should. These seed oils are dangerous to our health and to our children. They are high in omega-6 and polyunsaturated fats. When it's heated up, which they do 5 times, it goes through a process called hydrogenation, which makes it stable enough to cook our baked goods with. Hydrogenation makes this oil rancid and hard to digest. That's why it stays around in our body for so long. We can't get rid of it. Despite the propaganda, excess consumption of polyunsaturated oils has been shown to contribute to a large number of diseases, including cancer, heart disease, immune disorders, liver damage, reproductive disruption, digestive disorders, and difficulty with learning and memorization. All things that we are surrounded by and diagnosed with every day. The FDA has convinced us that we need these polyunsaturated fats to decrease our cholesterol and heart disease. But because of our consumption in these vegetable oils, high cholesterol and heart disease are still on the rise. The reason that they can make the claim that vegetable oil helps lower our cholesterol is because it does, but only for a short time frame. That hydrogenation process that I mentioned earlier releases a byproduct, there's always a side effect, called trans fat, which actually contributes to cardiovascular disease when monitored on a long-term basis. These oils change the shape of our cells, which gives the false and temporary appearance of lower cholesterol. But over time, the rancid oils attack our cell membranes and red blood cells, which causes mutation in our DNA. These changes, the mutation in our blood cells, is what the FDA considers lowering our cholesterol. Never mind the conversation that we need cholesterol for a lot of things. If we did not need cholesterol, our body would not make it. But that's a conversation for another day. Other seed oils that the industry has sold to us are corn oil, which does come from a vegetable, but that vegetable is significantly genetically modified, soybean oil, and sunflower oil. These oils are made from the rapeseed oil and have been known to have high levels of euric acid. Euric acid is what makes the oil rancid, and it releases free radicals, which is a known contributing factor of cancer. The euric acid is what makes these oils unstable because it makes them easily broken down. That's why most vegetable oil is in liquid form, because the molecules can't stick together to form a solid like coconut oil or real butter, which becomes a solid in cold temperatures. So, in closing, the seed oils, most commonly called vegetable oil, are unstable and not meant for human consumption. What we should be eating instead are real fats that come from organic pasture-raised animals, such as butter, coconut oil, avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, lard, which comes from the fat of a pig, and tallow, which comes from the fat of beef or a cow. Tallow and lard are good oils to fry in. Stop buying the canola oil. And then lastly, cod liver oil, which is typically consumed as a supplement. Now, I know this is a hard thing to do because I've been on a journey for only about 6 months, but every time I turn around, there's some type of vegetable oil in the food that I'm consuming. This video is to encourage you to be aware. Proverbs 23:1 says, when you sit down to dine with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you. So I warn you, before you sit down to eat anything packaged and processed, consider carefully what is before you. And lastly, I want to leave you with a blessing from 2 John chapter 1, verse 2, which says, dear friend, I pray that you may enjoy good health and all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well. So be well, my friend. Again, I thank you for watching. Please like this video, share it with a friend, and most importantly, stop eating vegetable oils. Thanks for watching. Bye.